the Idris drama. Okay. So now, what's going on with the Idris? Right now, at the beginning of Aegis Day, right? Earlier into Invictus launch week, um, there was some limited sales waves where players will get an opportunity to get the Idris, because right now it's all limited. And what's happened was what people experienced throughout the waves. We had multiple waves throughout the days, and what people realized was, if you're lucky enough to get it into the checkout, you still wouldn't be able to get it, simply because bots are just automatically picking them up, picking up all of it in less than 2 seconds. So in a normal human, it's usually, if you're really fast, maybe 2 seconds it'll take you to, after you get it into the cart, 2 seconds to actually check it out. So me, I've gone through it too. I'm trying to get an Idris, and I tried it. I managed to get into the checkout on the second wave. And then on the third wave, I tried to check it out. I couldn't. Within a split second, it's all sold out at each wave consistently. So CIG, the community, complained about it. And CIG said, okay, you know what? We're going to work on it. We're going to make an improvement on it and add more waves. So they did that. And we started to get those new waves. Now, with those new waves, we ended up with the same result. The only difference is we've gotten another error message. But aside from that, it's the same result. It sells out in less than 2 seconds. So, and the funny thing about it is, some of my org mates even showed it to me. There was a website where they sell accounts that have the Idris on it, right? So as soon as a wave will finish, as soon as a wave completes for the limited haul for the Idris, a new account goes up on those gray market websites. So literally, there are people out there using bots to pick up these ships in order to sell it for a profit on the gray market, when genuine people are trying to get it, including myself, right? So it sucks where we have zero chance to win against a bot that can just grab all of it within a few seconds. So, there's been a spectrum where a vast amount of the community is asking for them to remove the haul limit off of it. This way, people can actually have a chance. And here's the thing, right? So from my perspective, this is how things have played out, right? When I heard about the Idris from inception, it was associated with Squadron 42. With it being associated with Squadron 42, I didn't even consider it as a ship that I could possibly want to get, simply because God knows when we'll ever get Squadron 42. It's constantly delayed, constantly pushed back, year after year, consistently. So I had no aspiration for the Idris, because we'd never know when we'll get it, right? So then this year, CIG turns around and say, oh, we're going to release the Idris before Squadron 42, simply because the version that we have in Squadron 42 is drastically different than the one that we're trying to sell you now. So now that's kind of a curveball from my perspective as somebody who owns a Polaris. It's a curveball because we were always told that we'll get the Idris with Squadron, right? And now you throw us a curveball and actually release it. You release it with such a great package, right? Like, customization is kind of crazy for a capital ship. I think this is the first capital ship they've released with so much customization options. So it kind of makes my Polaris bad in a way, in terms of versatility, right? The Idris, you coming up with, I think, two different kits. allowing you to customize it and make it, use it for different roles, right? So me seeing that, I'm definitely gonna want the Idris because I want the versatility of a capital ship, which the Polaris doesn't really offer too much of, right? So you detach this from Squadron 42, threw us a curveball and released it, and you put a limit on it, a limit in which bots are getting it and not actual people that actually truly want it. You know, um, it's quite unfortunate because CIG said they were gonna work on it. They said they did something, but we got the same result, right? The same exact result as the first time they did the wave. So I hope they fix that. I hope they figure something out where they can release the Idris and not make it a haul limit. Find another way. This way, people actually that genuinely want it can have an opportunity to get the Idris. Okay, so also, it's understood that CIG wants more funding for the project to continue to develop the project, right? From my standpoint, and I think it's going to be for many as well that aspire to get the Idris, right? I melted my whole package so I can have an opportunity to get the Idris. I melted everything, all my ships, all my cap ships, everything, right? And I currently have it in my cart, but I can't check it out because bots grabbed before. So if I don't get it, CIG is losing money on the table. If I do get it, my whole fleet is going to be replaced by that Idris. Number one, once I get that Idris, I'm looking at 2 kits. So that's probably a total about almost $700 US that CIG could potentially make off of me just by owning the Idris. In addition to that, my whole fleet has been depleted to get in this Idris. So now I'm going to be looking to rebuild my fleet. So that's additional. So I personally also want to get a Pioneer in addition to that Idris, after I get that Idris, so that you're leaving that on the table. I personally want to get a Galaxy. You're leaving that on the table as well. So you say you want funding, like if you add all these things up, it's probably like 2,000 already I'm talking about. Right? So like, and I believe it's going to be the same for many of the guys that want the Idris, right? You're leaving a lot of money on the table instead of allowing us to get it and then allowing for an opportunity to cross-sell with the kits in addition to people rebuilding their fleets after getting the Idris. You were selling the $30 like the blades for like $30, $40 here, $50 here, right? And the community didn't even like it. So why not remove that limit, allow people to get the Idris, and then you'll see that people will be grabbing the kits. You'll see that people will be buying more ships because now they've depleted their fleet. They need to rebuild their fleet. So my point of view, you're leaving money on the table, man. Whoever from CIG sees this, you're leaving money on the table, to be quite honest, by putting this limit on it. And also, even with the limit on it, the bots are grabbing them. So genuine people are not getting it. And these people that are using the bots are putting it immediately on a gray market website and selling it, upselling people. Like, come on, you got to do something about that, right? You got to do something about that. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. I hope this finds somebody from CIG to see it. Hopefully they can consider removing the haul limit off the Idris. Yeah, so that's my thought.